The US government has finally acted, taking a decisive step into the world of digital currencies. After much deliberation and anticipation, they are finalizing a comprehensive framework for cryptocurrency regulation. This framework seeks to address the unique challenges and opportunities presented by digital assets. This marks a major shift, a fundamental change in how digital currencies are viewed and treated within the established financial ecosystem. Crypto is now recognized as a core part of the financial system, not just a tech niche or a fleeting trend. It's a recognition of the growing importance and influence of digital assets in the modern economy. The new policy, announced July 19, 2025, represents a significant milestone in the evolution of digital currencies. It aims to stabilize the market and protect consumers, providing a safer and more secure environment for everyone involved, all while still encouraging innovation and fostering the growth of the fintech sector. The goal is to strike a balance between regulation and progress. Millions of Americans now own crypto, participating in this new digital economy. And projects like Bitcoin, Ethereum, have become increasingly well-known and widely adopted. And the Pi network are household names, gaining recognition for their innovative approaches to digital currency. Pi network, with its mobile-first mining, has made cryptocurrency accessible to a wider audience. It has built a massive global following, connecting people from all corners of the world. As the US sets new rules, the implications for these projects are significant. Pi pioneers are left wondering, what impact will these regulations have on their efforts? What does this mean for their project, and for the future of digital currency as a whole? The government's move is a response to crypto's explosive growth and increasing mainstream acceptance. It's also a reaction to high-profile failures that left many with losses, highlighting the need for greater oversight. Lawmakers want to prevent fraud and illicit activities within the crypto space, and ensure investor protection, safeguarding the interests of those participating in the market. The new framework aims to provide clarity for legitimate projects, offering a clear path to compliance, and weed out bad actors, creating a more trustworthy and secure environment for everyone. For Pi and others, the implications of these new regulations are significant. This means walking a tightrope between compliance and innovation, carefully navigating the new regulatory landscape. For everyday users, the impact of these changes will be felt in various ways. Regulation brings both reassurance and a sense of security, knowing that the market is being monitored, and concern about potential restrictions and the future of digital currencies. Crypto is being taken seriously by institutions and regulators alike, but new rules could be restrictive, potentially stifling innovation and limiting access. The coming months will reveal the real impact of these policies, as the market adapts and responds. For Pi's community, who have been mining on their phones, the implications are particularly relevant. The stakes are high as they navigate this new regulatory landscape. Their journey is about to enter a new, more challenging chapter, requiring adaptation and resilience. The era of crypto as a Wild West is ending, giving way to a more regulated and structured environment. Now, every project must adapt to these new realities, embracing compliance and innovation, or risk being left behind, unable to navigate the complexities of the regulated market. The future of Pi, and all digital currencies, hangs in the balance. It will be shaped by how they respond to this new reality, embracing the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Pi Network, a project with ambitious goals, was founded by Stanford grads. These individuals, drawing from their expertise in blockchain technology and community building, envisioned a cryptocurrency accessible to all. Their core mission was to make crypto accessible to everyone, regardless of their technical background or financial status. They wanted to create a digital currency that could be used by anyone, anywhere in the world. Unlike Bitcoin's energy-intensive mining, which requires specialized hardware and consumes vast amounts of electricity, Pi can be mined on a smartphone, using minimal energy and resources. This innovative approach dramatically lowers the barrier for entry, opening up the world of cryptocurrency to a much wider audience. Pioneers simply tap the app daily to earn coins, contributing to the network's security and growth. This simple action helps in building a global, inclusive network, connecting people from all corners of the Earth. Currently, Pi operates in an enclosed mainnet phase, a crucial step in its development. During this phase, transactions are limited to verified users within the ecosystem, ensuring a secure and controlled environment. And Pi isn't yet tradable on external exchanges as the focus remains on building a strong foundation. The ultimate goal? A peer-to-peer marketplace where users can directly interact and transact with each other, a vibrant ecosystem where Pi is used for real goods and services, fostering genuine economic activity, a decentralized Amazon powered by its own currency, offering a new paradigm for online commerce. This long development period is meant to build real-world utility, ensuring that Pi has intrinsic value beyond speculation. The team aims to establish a solid use case before opening to speculation, mitigating potential risks. Critics question the delays, pointing to the extended time frame as a potential cause for concern. They also question whether Pi will ever have tangible value, given the challenges of building a successful cryptocurrency. Success depends on transitioning from a closed system, with its inherent limitations, to an open, valuable network, where Pi can truly thrive and realize its full potential. This is where new US regulations will have the biggest impact, potentially shaping the future of Pi network. The rules could either accelerate Pi's journey to legitimacy, providing a clear path forward and fostering wider adoption, or create new hurdles, making it more difficult for Pi to navigate the complex regulatory landscape. For millions of pioneers, who have invested their time and effort in the Pi network, the next phase will determine if their patience pays off, and whether Pi can deliver on its promises. The regulatory environment will shape Pi's future, influencing its trajectory and potential for success. Ultimately, the regulatory landscape will play a significant role in determining Pi's utility and value. The world is watching to see if Pi can deliver on its promise, and whether it can revolutionize the world of cryptocurrency. The new US regulatory framework represents a seismic shift, bringing sweeping changes to the crypto landscape. It's a comprehensive approach that aims to provide clarity and structure to a rapidly evolving industry. A key aspect of this framework is that it clarifies which digital assets should be classified as securities and therefore regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC. It also defines which digital assets fall under the category of commodities, which are overseen by the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or CFTC. This distinction is crucial for determining the applicable regulatory requirements. If a project is classified as a security, it faces strict disclosure requirements, ensuring transparency for investors. These projects will also need to adhere to stringent registration requirements with the SEC, a process designed to protect consumers and maintain market integrity. Failure to comply with these regulations can result in heavy penalties, including substantial fines and legal repercussions. The Howey test, a long-standing legal precedent, will be used to determine the classification of digital assets, focusing specifically on whether profits are primarily derived from the entrepreneurial or managerial efforts of others. Many projects, especially those that launched with initial coin offerings or ICOs, could be significantly affected by this classification. Know Your Customer, or KYC, and anti-money laundering, or AML rules are now mandatory across the board. These rules apply to all US-based crypto exchanges and digital asset service providers, ensuring greater accountability. The days of anonymous trading are definitively over, as regulators prioritize transparency and security. All users are now required to verify their identity through established KYC processes, and all transactions conducted on these platforms are now fully traceable, enhancing oversight and preventing illicit activities. Stablecoins, which aim to maintain a stable value, now face new and specific requirements. These include requirements for full reserve backing, ensuring that each stablecoin is fully backed by traditional assets, as well as regular audits to verify these reserves. Exchanges are now mandated to significantly improve consumer protection measures, enhance their cybersecurity protocols, and actively prevent market manipulation and fraudulent activities. In essence, the US is actively building a comprehensive regulatory perimeter around the entire crypto ecosystem, leaving no area untouched. The era of operating in a regulatory gray area where rules were unclear and enforcement was uncertain is definitively over. Every project operating within the US, regardless of whether it's a large corporation or a small startup, must adapt to this newly structured and regulated environment to ensure its long-term viability. For Pi Network, as with all crypto projects, the challenge is clear. Comply with the new regulations or risk being sidelined and unable to operate within the US market. These new rules will ultimately define which projects are able to thrive and achieve long-term success, and which projects, unable or unwilling to adapt, will inevitably fade away into obscurity. The crypto landscape has fundamentally changed, and these changes are permanent, ushering in a new era of regulation and oversight. The new regulations pose both challenges and opportunities for Pi Network. The biggest question: will the SEC classify Pi as a security? If so, the Pi core team faces costly registration, disclosures, and possible delays to open mainnet. But compliance could legitimize Pi, attracting institutional partners and reassuring users. Pi's existing KYC process gives it a head start in meeting federal standards. However, compliance is expensive and could compromise some of crypto's core values like decentralization and privacy. The project may need to adjust its roadmap or tokenomics to satisfy regulators. For pioneers, this could mean a longer wait for real-world value and a more centralized structure. Navigating these rules is now Pi's biggest test. The outcome will shape the project's future and its community's hopes. For Pi pioneers, new regulations will change the experience. Moving Pi to an exchange will require identity verification. Your transactions will be linked to your real name and reported to the IRS. Every sale or purchase with Pi could be a taxable event, complicating everyday use. Small businesses accepting Pi must comply with money services regulations and transaction reporting. If Pi struggles with compliance, open mainnet could be delayed, leaving coins locked in the system. But if Pi achieves compliance, major retailers might accept it, unlocking real-world utility. New rules also mean better consumer protection platforms must have insurance and cybersecurity. If your Pi is stolen due to negligence, you'll have legal recourse. The trade-off: less privacy, but a safer, more accountable ecosystem. Regulation could finally make Pi usable in the mainstream or keep it stuck in limbo. The next steps will determine whether Pi becomes a real currency or remains a closed experiment. For users, the landscape is changing fast. Adaptation is key. To predict Pi's future, look at other cryptos under US regulation. Ripple's XRP faced an SEC lawsuit leading to delistings, price drops, and years of uncertainty. Even after partial legal clarity, XRP's reputation and growth suffered. In contrast, Bitcoin and Ethereum were classified as commodities or sufficiently decentralized, allowing them to thrive. Regulatory clarity enabled products like Bitcoin ETFs and institutional investment. The lesson: projects seen as commodities can flourish, while those deemed securities face uphill battles. Pi's centralized development and coin distribution could push it toward a security classification. Its fate may mirror XRP's struggle or Bitcoin's success, depending on how it's regulated. The stakes couldn't be higher. For Pi pioneers, the new landscape demands informed patience and caution. Stay updated through official Pi channels. Ignore rumors and speculation. Manage expectations: regulatory compliance is slow, and open mainnet may be delayed. Treat Pi as a high-risk long-term venture, not a quick path to wealth. Complete KYC, secure your account, and keep records of your mining and transactions for tax purposes. Be ready for more verification steps as rules evolve. Don't overinvest time or data in third-party Pi apps until there's more clarity. The project's future is uncertain. Participate, but don't overcommit. Hope for the best, but prepare for all outcomes. The best strategy: keep mining, stay alert, and wait for official updates. Regulatory clarity will take time. Your patience and caution now could pay off later. The journey is far from over. Pi's future hinges on its ability to adapt to regulation. One path leads to legitimacy and mainstream adoption, if the core team can navigate compliance and communicate clearly. The other path risks legal challenges, delistings, and a stalled project. The SEC's classification of Pi will be decisive. Pi's KYC process and focus on utility give it a head start, but the security question looms large. The community's patience and the core team's transparency will be tested. The next few months are critical. Success means a global, regulated currency. Failure means fading into obscurity. The project's fate is now as much about legal strategy as technology. The regulatory landscape is shifting fast. Pi's journey is at a crossroads. The outcome will define its legacy in the crypto world. The stakes have never been higher. The new US crypto regulations are a turning point for Pi and the entire industry. For Pi, this is both a huge opportunity and a significant risk. Compliance could bring legitimacy, partnerships, and real-world utility, but being classified as a security could mean years of legal battles and delays. The best approach for pioneers: cautious optimism. Support the network, stay informed, and avoid overcommitting. Pi's future now depends on both its developers and regulators. The dance between innovation and regulation will decide its fate. For now, all eyes are on what happens next.